Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is David Westerby. I'm the village manager to the Richmond village at Witney. Richmond Villages is a company which has been formed since 1996, so we're celebrating our 20th birthday, I think, at this moment in time. We have 5 villages in the UK. The first one, Nantwich, 1996, a second, Coventry, that's Bede, and then going on to other properties in the UK, Gloucestershire, that's Stroud, along with the last one that we created, which is Letcombe Regis, close to Wantage. Richmond Villages is a part of Bupa. Bupa is a global healthcare company. It has assets of 10.75 billion and has sales of 9.1 billion. Profit out of that, 638 million. The customer base is 22 million, and I'm delighted to say that the company employs 76,000 employees globally. In terms of the UK, we employ 33,000 employees. Bupa is a business which has been formed since 1946. It was an amalgamation of 17 provident associations. Those provident associations came together under the name of British United Provident Association, Bupa. In terms of our expertise, we practice in a number of different domains, particularly in healthcare, insurance, and various things like that. But Richmond Villages is actually about providing to those over the age of 55. The company of Bupa invests all of its earnings directly back into the business because it doesn't have any shareholders, and it invests in order to serve its purpose, which is to create longer, healthier, happier lives. So actually, I think we can feel that we're all in reasonably good hands. Coming more directly to the Richmond village at Witney, positioned just off of the A40, just south west of the historical town of Witney. You'll see the village site there. It's actually just in that area. Nestled in beautiful countryside, I have to say, close to villages like Bybury and Burford, and of course not forgetting the immediate access to the stunning city of Oxford. In terms of accessibility by train from Oxford to London, 1 hour, and of course to Birmingham, 1 hour, 10 minutes. I'm given to understand that it's 20 minutes from the site into Oxford. I'm not sure about that given the current traffic dilemmas. This is an overview of the site plan, and I just identify here the bowling green at that point there. Just in front of that, to the north of the plan, is the main village building. Within that building, not only do we have shops, restaurants, bars, seems to be similar to the previous presentation, we have wellness spas, huge swimming pools, health spa, lots of different activities, but most importantly, 45 deluxe suites, some of which have penthouse presentations, so you can actually see right the way across the countryside. Quite stunning. Within the village site itself, there is also a care home, so it provides for those who are perhaps a little frail. You can see that there are a number of different buildings around the main central building. Those are apartments which have distances from the main building that are clearly, of course, different, giving our guests the opportunity, our purchasers, the opportunity to identify the level of closeness to the main building that they would perhaps like. Sorry, I'm not having as much success with this. Okay. Richmond Villages is particularly keen on making sure that there is a high level of social interaction between guests and villagers. Just to give you an indication, resident guests are around about 250 in a typical village, with about 150 employees. Great ratio there. There is a very high quality of services and of facilities within the organisation, particularly those of activities which help deliver an independence to our residents. This independence, of course, is to make sure that activities that individuals would like to progress personally, it could be perhaps a sporting activity, could be art or something along those lines, trips out, that sort of thing, are delivered to the highest standard. The environment is safe and secure in a number of different ways. We have good old-fashioned applications of security, which are people looking after one another. So those are residents who are perhaps looking after colleagues next door, their neighbours, so it's a touch of the old-fashioned element of security, if you like. And we have the modern applications of CCTV and, of course, door entry systems. We don't have a gated community. It's really important to identify that. There are additional care services available throughout the village if required, and quite specialist too. So they go on from physio to other disciplines. Within the main village facilities, of course, you can see the wellness spa, swimming pool, hair and beauty salons. Again, I have to reiterate, the activities team within the organisation make sure that our residents are motivated to get involved. The village is big enough to have lots of friends, but it also is big enough to steer clear of one or two should you wish to do so. Okay, sorry. Village apartments then, that's an indication perhaps of the pricing structure behind an apartment. Just to let you know, they're typical sizing, a 3 to 4 bedroom house. In terms of the facilities then, of course, fully carpeted. The integrated appliances are top end, they're Bosch, Neff, to give you an indication, and are completely fitted out with wardrobes and things like that. Every apartment has a patio or a balcony. Village suites, again, an option here in terms of curtaining, things like that. They have a kitchenette, so not a full kitchen on this occasion, microwaves, enough to make perhaps a quick meal, that sort of thing. The apartments and the suites are offered on a 125-year lease basis. I would say to you that village suites are offered with a care package if it's required, so if somebody needs a little bit of assistance with care, and an opportunity to purchase care services, in addition to perhaps fuller services along the lines of meals, laundry services and things like that, housekeeping services. Package prices from around about $425. So the costs for an apartment then, service charge at around about £6,000 per annum. You can see what's included within that arrangement. The application of ground rent, £300, and then of course council tax, around about £1,500 per annum. Of course, utilities are under the control of each individual resident, or alternatively, those occupying a suite. Something to mention that's really quite important is the assignment fee. The assignment fee is a charge that the company makes on every sale of an apartment, and it's done every time. There is an option to pay 10% at the beginning of the process, in other words, when someone buys, and if chosen, then there is a benefit to that. Alternatively, it can be paid on the sale of the apartment. There is some option in terms of the percentage that is applied depending upon how long somebody's owned the apartment. This is how Richmond Village create the central building, if you like, the additional facilities, the wellness spa and so on. This is how it's funded. On every sale inquiry, we offer a little booklet which identifies all you need to know about the purchase of your apartment. Okay. I'd just like to move on because I'm being waved at in terms of time. Sorry. Just very quickly, Aston University did a very quick analysis in the marketplace of how people differentiated their experiences in a village in comparison to the wider community. Fair to say that there's some very strong messages there in terms of the preference. And at this moment in time, we are bang on time in terms of our building development. Sorry, I appear to overrun, I think, maybe. 1.5 minutes, I apologise. Okay, thank you very much for your time. Thank you.